Yo, what's the deal, man? Today, man, it's a little different from the usual prosperity talk. We're gonna just talk about it. If you ain't know what it was called all along, it's been called Prosperity Grows. That's my channel. If you go to the YouTube, you can check that out and sign up. But something special, we're gonna do the finance version of Prosperity Grows. So we're gonna jump into it with the P representing and being a representation of prosperity. Shout out to Prosperity God is my nonprofit for the struggling teens. It's coming. It's gonna be here. Just wait. It's gonna happen. So we jumping into it. Prosperity. A lot of people, when you ask them what's prosperity, if we being honest, a bunch of people gonna say this right here, this little money right here, this is prosperity. In reality, it's not. It's hard to fathom and think that just money alone, at least to me, money alone would be prosperity. So it's really about this right here. Everything inside of you is enough for you to create prosperity. You can prosper in your everyday life. That does not matter if you are lacking in money in the physical sense, because if your mind is a valuable source, then you're always going to be able to create money from whatever it is you do. Being a valuable asset to where are you in a company, in your own business, and other people's lives, on the internet, all of it. So prosperity in a sense converts from your mind to the physical, and then that's the tangible, the things that we spend it off of. But if you're not a valuable person from the jump, you cannot create prosperity. So you have to figure out how to become valuable. Let's jump into that E, talking about value, enterprise. For you to be valuable, you have to figure out the world of business and learn how to coexist, learn how to operate and manage. All of these things are a part of an enterprise. Everybody essentially are enterprises, because if you get an EIN number, if my business owners are aware, obviously, it's just like a social security number for your business. So it makes sense that everybody else has the same capabilities of a business for us to generate revenue, for us to maintain capital, for us to use it for expenses, whatever it is we need it for, and manage it so it's not a bigger overhead. We have to maintain our costs and our expenses over what we're making so we can ultimately get a margin of a profit. So everybody has to become a business in a sense. So your enterprise, that's you. Figure out how you can be a business and how you can enlighten people, give value, how you can sell a good, whatever. All of it is important. So we're going to jump into that R, talking about your enterprise. Reputation is the backbone of an enterprise. All of the things that you offer to a person comes from your reputation first, because they have to pass on information about you. They have to refer you to people. All these different things, they have to have some trust in you for the things that you are promising to deliver. So reputation, man, that's a big thing that we overlook every day. I can be honest, like, it could be some stupid stuff, but you got to rep for that, and people will try to box you in off of your reputation. And that's the sad part of it, because once you build it up, it's harder to take away from it and to try to change it or alter it. So your reputation means that much more in business. Once you have formed that, you can go along and create a great dynamic for you and your customers just simply off your rep. So allow your rep to thrive and put things behind it that's going to allow people to understand what's your values and what are the things that you want your rep to mean. Okay, the F, finance, man. Finance, man. We have to figure out the best things for us to finance in our life. And like I was just talking about expenses, if we're not limiting expenses, ultimately those expenses are more than our profits, because we're not figuring out a way to invest or a way to create more and a better return. All we are doing is just rotating the money in and out, in and out. It's a cycle. That's the cycle of money. So if you're not making it, or if you're not gaining from it, then you're constantly chasing after. You're constantly trying to preserve it, which is hard to do because money is like water. So finances and learning how to finance things is so important. So we got to learn that as part of financial education, financial literacy. So you have to be able to finance what it is you want to do, but you have to learn how to balance your finances so you can actually finance things. And that's not an easy thing to do, but it comes with repetition and practice. Okay, C, currency. Currency. You feel me? Currency. Everything has some type of currency. Like, if we thinking about it, It doesn't have to be money, tangible money. It can be gold, a material asset. That's currency. It can be digital, stocks, credit. All of these things are currency. And even more so, the newest of them all, crypto. And if you learn anything about crypto, it will be able to make you millions. I ain't saying it's going to happen right away, but put your time in it, learn something, start having some faith behind it, and move with some consistency, and you will see some positive things from it. But currencies is all around us. Every country has a currency. It doesn't have to be the same as ours, but it's being used for transactions. They are giving it in exchange for a service. Like I was talking about an enterprise. Once you are an enterprise, people will give you currency in exchange for your services. And that's important because that's how people become valuable. That's how people become financially free eventually once you learn how to utilize it. So currency is everything we need. Like I said, if you want currency, sometimes it's tricking. You put $1 behind $100, it's the same as $1. No different. It's currency. It's tangible. But if you can find the regular 100 and market, I will give somebody $100 bill. It has to be the regular 100. The regular 100. The first person to find that regular 100 out of those blues, I will give that to. And just for, just because I like being charitable. But currency, like I said, it's about how you use it. It's not about what it actually is. Learn how to invest in your currencies and create returns. Last but not least, thankful. Be thankful. That's the most important thing. Being thankful for the things that you have in your life. If you're not thankful for those things, they will get taken from you. God works like that. Be grateful. If you have $1, be grateful for that dollar. If you have 100, be grateful for that 100. 1,000, be grateful for that 1,000, and so on. So, like I said, thankfulness and being grateful goes a long way. First, you have to crawl before you walk, no matter in any situation. So be thankful that you are able to go through it. If you're struggling, be thankful that you can struggle and come back from it. So there's nothing else to go over. I got y'all with that perfect concept again. And like I said, everybody have a good one. And remember, prosperity is not money. It's how you move. It's how you think. It's how you act and conduct yourself in everyday life. All right.